I'm Eric with District 82 Pinball with a tech video. For this example, I'm going to use Aerosmith to show you this. And what I'm working on today is actually changing out a flipper button. So we've had a rash of bad flipper buttons lately where the button either just comes apart like this one here, or it's like stuck in and it gets stuck and it doesn't move. And either way, it's the button itself that has failed. And so I'm going to show you how to change it out because it's actually really simple on how to do this. Okay, so to do this repair, you're going to need a few tools. You're going to need a pair of pliers just to get off the shooter rod. You're going to need a 1/4 inch nut driver, whether it's magnetic or not, to take off this piece and then the switch. And then another flipper button. I'm going to use a red translucent one here. And then either a button wrench, which is to take off the PAL nut right here, the silver part, or channel locks, okay? I will tell you that this button wrench is well worth the $5 that it costs, especially if you're changing out more than one. Okay, so first things first, on this side, we gotta get the shooter rod out. So there is an E-clip that holds this thing in, and you just pull the E-clip like that, and now everything is free. So then we're gonna take off the shooter rubber tip, and then everything else just kind of pops off. Put that down in the cabinet, and then I'm going to pull off the shooter rod and then reinstall that when we're done. Okay? So that's the extra step. Now, I want to take off the switch and this part right here that's holding the PAL nut down. It's probably a good idea to turn the game off too, just in case you drop something that you shouldn't. Okay, so let's undo these two screws, undo this one, and now we have access to the PAL nut. So then you can just use your button wrench, put it over here, and it's just going to be hand tight. You're not like putting any extra force on it at all. The button comes out like that. Put your new button in. Put the PAL nut back on. Just got to get threaded right. And then tighten it up with the button wrench. Okay, that's in. Now let's put the, I guess the washer, you'd call this the washer. And that's just so it doesn't back out on you. And let's put the shooter switch back on. And then make sure that the switch blade is on the end of the new flipper button that you stuck in there. And then the only question is, when you tighten this down, is you want to make sure that like the switch right here isn't too tight. Right like that. But it looks perfect here. So I'm just looking down to make sure that there's some gap here. And it goes in. And now I'm going to reinstall my shooter rod. Like that. Put this back on. Put the washer over it. Put the E-clip back in. And then put the shooter tip back on. And that's it. And that is the button change. And then if you need to change the other side, it's the exact same procedure, but you don't have to take out the shooter rod. I'm Eric with District 82 Pinball in De Pere, Wisconsin.